Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to show you 10 exercises that are going to help you improve your footwork. So the 10 exercises I'm about to show you are going to develop your all-round mastery of the ball. We really want to get comfortable using all the different surface areas of our foot. That's just going to improve our overall ball control. It's going to improve our dribbling, and we're going to feel a lot more confident when the ball is at our feet. And my recommendation is getting used to the first 5 before moving on into the second 5. So there's 10 in total. The last 5 are going to be a combination of the first 5 moves put together. So they're a little bit more complicated, but really master the first 5 and you'll be in good shape going forward into the second 5. So let's get into the first exercise. So the first area of the foot we're going to use for exercise number 1 is just the inside of our foot. Now it's not as effective when we're dribbling at speed, but in those tight situations where you need to get out of trouble, you do use the inside of your feet a lot, especially for moves like La Croqueta, etc. So all we're going to do for the first move is just moving that ball in between our feet. We're trying to keep our hips over the ball and just moving the ball, manipulating it from side to side. So once you've done that 50 times, you can actually get more confident with it and move around into the space as well. So now we're doing the exact same thing, but just adding a little bit of movement in. So you can spin, you can move forwards, you can move backwards, you can move side to side. Just get very confident using the inside of our feet. So that's exercise number 1. So now we've got confident using the inside of our feet, we're going to start incorporating the outside of our foot as well. So this is very effective to manipulate that ball from side to side, makes our dribbling even more unpredictable. So for the next drill, we're going to use one foot at a time and then incorporate both feet. So at first, we want to have the ball and we want to go inside and then outside. Just very small touches from side to side. Just manipulating that ball backwards and forth. And once we get more confident, we're going to move off into the space a little bit. And then once we got good with one foot, we're going to move on to the other foot. And then we get really comfortable, we can actually incorporate both feet. So we're going inside, outside, inside, outside. That's exercise number 2. So now we've got comfortable using the inside and the outside of our feet. Another surface area that's often used in the game is the sole of the foot right here. It's used for dribbling, it's used for controlling and holding the ball up. It's often used more than you know it. So you want to get comfortable using this as well. So for exercise number 3, all we're going to do is going to put our foot on top of the ball. We're going to roll it to our other foot, do the exact same thing back to the other foot. And then once we get comfortable doing this, you want to get in a bit of a rhythm so you can almost hop in between. So it ends up going a bit like this. So you're just rolling it back and forth. Now see if you can look up when you're doing it. You don't want to be looking directly at the ball. Get confident with it at your feet. Then when you get really comfortable, you can actually move off into the space. So you can move forwards, you can move backwards, you can move side to side. So that's exercise number 3. So for this next exercise, exercise number 4, we're going to put our foot on the ball. We're going to drag it back towards ourselves at an angle, and then we're going to push it out with the inside of our foot. Then we're going to put our other foot on top of the ball, drag it back at an angle, push it out with the inside of our foot. It's called a V-cut. You can call it what you want. A lot of people call it a V-cut, but this is just a great move to get comfortable on the ball. So this is what we're looking for. Just dragging it back and pushing it out. You can use this one as a turn. So if a defender's coming in at an angle, you can drag it behind the defender and then push it out and you're away. So just get used to doing this one. And that's exercise number 4. So moving on into exercise number 5, it's very similar to exercise number 4, but it's not the V-cut, we're doing the L-cut now. So it's very similar. We're going to put our foot on the ball, drag it back, but instead of dragging it back at an angle, we're actually dragging it behind our leg, and then we're pushing it back to the other side. So we're dragging it back behind our leg, then with the same foot, knocking it in front of our opposite foot. So once you get rhythm going, this is what it should look like. So you're just dragging it back and then hitting it behind the other leg. So again, kind of like exercise number 4, you can actually use this one as a turn in a match. So if I have the ball over here, the defender's coming in, I can drag it behind me and get past him and get away from him. So for exercise number 6, we're going to start incorporating some step overs into our moves. So the step over is probably one of the most commonly used skill moves in a game. So you're basically just throwing your foot around the ball, faking like you're going to go to one side, and then you're dropping it and going the other way. So for this exercise, all we're going to do is do a quick touch with the outside of our foot, step around the ball, make sure your foot's coming around the front of the ball to protect it. You're getting nice and low with the standing leg, and then you're pushing away with the opposite foot. So you want to drop your shoulder a little bit as well, because that's how you're going to sell the defender to thinking you're going to one side, and then you're going to take it in the opposite direction. Then you're going to do the exact same thing, a light touch with the outside of our foot, step around the ball, and then take it the other way. So it's going to look a little something like this. So as you can see, just a light touch with the foot around the ball, taking it in the other direction. So let's move on into exercise number 7. So moving on into exercise number 7, now we're going to incorporate a combination of 2 moves that we worked on in the first 5 exercises. So the 2 moves that we're combining are the sole roll and some inside touches. So this is what this one looks like. We're going to roll with one foot, 2 quick touches with the inside, then roll, 2 quick touches, roll, 2 quick touches. So this is what it should sound like. It's almost like music. It's like tap, tap, roll, tap, tap, roll. So here we go, tap, tap, roll. So you can hear that sound. It's tap, tap, roll, tap, tap, roll. This is a really good one for working on some foot coordination. So let's move on into exercise number 8. So moving on into exercise number 8, now we're going to combine 2 moves once again. The 2 moves we're going to combine this time is a roll and a step over. So what we're doing is we take the ball with one foot, roll it at an angle in front of us, then we're going to step over the ball with our opposite foot, and then with that same foot we're going to retrieve the ball again, then we're going to roll it at an angle and step over with the opposite foot, and we're going to continue that motion for maybe 10 to 15 reps. So this is what it should look like. Take the ball, roll, step over, roll, step over, roll, step over. So it should be very fluid with your movement. It might take a little bit of practice, but this is another really good one for working on that foot coordination. Let's move on into exercise number 9. So for exercises 9 and 10, it's going to look a little bit more complicated. However, if you've mastered all the moves we've already done up until this point, you can certainly achieve these as well. All it is a combination of those moves we've already worked on. So you just need to get that coordination and get this combination under control. So for exercise number 9, what we're going to do is have the ball beside us. So this is on my left-hand side. I'm going to put my right foot on top of the ball, going across my left, dragging the ball behind my body, and then I'm going to push it out with the right foot. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing going backwards with the left foot as well. So the ball is going behind our foot, then you're retrieving the ball behind your standing foot with the same foot that you dragged it back with, and then you swap into the other side. So if we look at it in faster motion, it's going to look like this. So that's exercise number 9, a little bit more complicated, but you can certainly get this one with practice. Let's move on into exercise number 10. So moving on into the final exercise, which is exercise number 10. And the reason I put it last is because it is the most complicated of the set that I've just demonstrated for you. And I would recommend going in order with these moves. So they start out very simple, they get slightly more complicated, and then they finish fairly advanced. But if you master them all one at a time, from number 1 through number 10, you'll get these in no time with a little bit of practice. So this is what exercise number 10 looks like. So it's going to combine 3 moves. The 3 moves it's combining is the drag back that we already did, the L drag, whatever you want to call it. So we're dragging it behind our foot and out to the side. We're putting our other foot on top of the ball. We're going to do a sole roll back into the middle. Then we're doing 2 quick taps, and then we repeat again. So it's the L drag, sole roll, and then quick taps. So when we do it at a fast pace, it looks like this. So that's all the moves I have for you today. Make sure you work at them in order. Master number 1 before you master number 2, and so on and so forth, and you'll master all of these moves with a little bit of practice. This is really going to work on your ball control. It's going to help you manipulate that ball and improve your dribbling and make you more confident when the ball is at your feet. So if you did enjoy this video and you want to see more ball manipulation videos, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.